Iggovision, we on now. Run the city in the whole town. Darth Vader when I spaced out, I'm in all black, but I drip down. What's good? What's good? What's poppin'? What's poppin'? What's going on, fam? Welcome back to Iggovision. I'm your host, Arthur Ego, and today we gonna talk about Ashoka in the Mandalorian. And before we get started, I want to say thank you to everybody who has subscribed and who has sat through my 3 stupid videos, because we're at the beginning of my YouTube phase and we're really just trying to figure it out. So thank you for bearing with me from the beginning, and we of course are going to grow together, right? So good. Now, there's been a lot of speculation lately about Ashoka being in the Mandalorian, and for years many fans have been talking about Rosario Dawson playing Ashoka. Now I want to assume that anyone that's clicked on this video knows who Ashoka is, but if you don't, to make a long story short, she was Anakin Skywalker's Padawan during the Clone Wars, and she left the Jedi Order after she was sabotaged. Later, she joins forces with the members of the Ghost Crew on Star Wars Rebels, and even has a one-on-one fight with Darth Vader. Now, at the end of Star Wars Rebels, we see her and another Mandalorian by the name of Sabine. They go to look for Ezra Bridger, who was another Force sensitive after he was lost in the hyperspace with Thrawn. And that's the last we see of Ezra, Sabine, and Ashoka. So right there, those stories of the Ghost Crew, it's kind of unfinished. We saw the ghost ship in one of the Star Wars movies, but we haven't really seen or heard, like, literally from any of these actual characters. Now, after I heard the rumors of Ashoka actually being in the show, I asked myself, well, what would she actually add to Mando's story? If Ashoka is in the story, how would it push the narrative forward? And after thinking about this honestly, my honest answer was, the first thing that came to my mind honestly was, this is Disney's way of trying to bring back the fans of Star Wars and trying to make, everything, back fun and happy like how it was. Because if there's anything, there's 2 characters that that could bring us together, and one would be Darth Vader, and the other of course would be Ashoka. So I said, is this just the way of just using her? And I said, no, let me actually think. Let me put my thinking cap on and let me come up with a real good reason on why Ashoka could be in The Mandalorian, and if it would push the story forward. And then I thought about it. Well, Mandalorian, he's been told that he has to bring Baby Yoda back to his kind, right? And his kind are like, we're assuming at this point that it's other Force sensitives. We're assuming it's other Force sensitive people. And I'm thinking, well, Luke Skywalker is kind of Force sensitive, and he's probably the most popular, he's probably the most popular Force sensitive out there. But then I thought, okay, there's a chance that Mando may not know who Luke Skywalker is. So that's where we're going to go with. He doesn't know who Luke Skywalker is. And just to be honest, just to be, clear about it, he could know who Luke Skywalker is, but at the same time, he may not know Luke Skywalker is Force sensitive. So we're just going to assume that, it's one of the 2. So the Mandalorian needs to find another Mandalorian who would have some information about other Force sensitive people, and that would bring us to either Ashoka or Ezra. But we're going to go with we're going to go with Ashoka for the story. And as I explained before, the last we seen of Ashoka was her and Sabine. They were out looking for Ezra. So I can easily see Mando, running into Sabine, who then connects Mando with Ashoka. And at this point, Ashoka will probably be around, 45 to 50 years old. You know what I'm saying? She's still doing her thing, 45, 50, that's not that old. And really, to tell you the truth, around the sequel trilogy, she would probably be around 75 to 80 years old. So she could actually be alive during the sequel trilogy if they really want to go that route. So If she does appear in this season, then there'll be a big chance that Sabine and Ezra will either appear or we'll hear something about Sabine and Ezra. We'll at least hear the names or something. I mean, it only makes sense. But, you know, in actuality, to be honest about it, you know, maybe for Ezra, you could just say Ezra is still lost at this point. But, you know, Sabine and Ahsoka were together. So you would think that she would say something about Sabine. I mean, yeah, you would think Ahsoka would say something about Sabine if they were together. So we would at least hear her name or something. And the reason is, you know, Sabine is actually the true owner of the Darksaber. She won it fair and square in a fight. She's the true wielder of it, and we now know that the Darksaber is now held by Moff Gideon. So we can easily see how this story turns into the cast of the Rebels that could actually join the cast of the Mandalorian to help bring peace and honor, you know, back to the Mandalorians, because they've been talking about this whole Mandalorian purge. And as you know, Dave Filoni was one of the head people in charge of both shows, you know, of the Rebels and the Mandalorian. You know, Dave Filoni is, the big boss, one of the big boss men of it. And then, if you want to take it a step further, that would bring us back to Boba Fett. And some kind of way, this all has to tie together with Boba, Sabine, and Ahsoka. There would be that connection on trying to get them all together. We know too little about Boba right now and about what he's been doing ever since we seen him with the Sarlacc pit. It's been some years, so we don't know what he's doing in that time. So I think right now it's too early to speculate about what he's doing, but it's safe to say that it will have something to do with either Baby Yoda or the Darksaber. But that is a different video for a different day. But as far as Ahsoka, we know there will be some kind of blending of other shows going on somewhere around. So if you enjoyed the video and you would like to be a part of the Iggoverse, comment, fam, like, fam, subscribe, fam, and remember, let's grow together. Peace.